Today, we'll be discussing three very important topics in marketing. First, let's start with a case study. Y'all are all aware of Johnson & Johnson. Johnson came up with a drug which was called Duragesic. One of the most important factor about this drug was that it had high opioid content. The company went ahead and marketed this drug on three important grounds. Firstly, it said that pain was undermanaged in the world. Secondly, it said that this drug had very low chance of drug abuse. And finally, it said that this drug had low danger. The company targeted a very important group of people. They were the doctors, the medical practitioners, and the pain management clinics. They asked them to administer this drug to men who were below the age of 40 because this age category was highly prone to drug abuse. The company was successful in making the doctors administer these drugs because they gave the doctors fake records and distorted data. And the doctors also went ahead and prescribed this medicine to their patients. It was found in 2018 that 4 lakh people had died just because of this drug. It was found that 18 million prescriptions were given in Oklahoma, where the population is just 4 million. Or in simple terms, even if I take the population of adults as 3 million, 6 times the prescription was issued. This was called the biggest medical genocide in history. Now let's see if this ended there. Of course it didn't. It said that if US sneezes, the world catches a cold. In India, there is an act which says that pain management is the duty of the government. And there is a set of drugs which is called the most essential drugs. And in this list, 5 top drugs are those which have high opioid content. Now let me move on to tell you the 3 important topics in marketing. It is called segmentation, targeting and positioning, or STP analysis. What is segmentation? It is a process of dividing the entire market of potential customers into groups or segments. What was the segmentation process that Johnson & Johnson adopted? It divided its customer base into 2 categories. First was men below the age of 40, and secondly, it was chronically ill patients. Why was it men below the age of 40? Because they were prone to high risk of drug abuse and the company knew that they would not file a litigation. Secondly, it is chronically ill patients. You'll know that cancer is one of the most painful illnesses. And when it comes to cancer, there is something called chemo, and because of which there is severe nausea which the patients face. And these patients were given lollipops, which is basically this drug. The second is targeting. Targeting is the process of selecting the specific group or segment. The targeting that Johnson & Johnson did was to look into the list of doctors, medical practitioners, and the pain management clinics. Because you all know that in US, the patients cannot buy medicines without a medical prescription. So these doctors were targeted and they were forced to give this drug to their patients. They were even bribed at some point. And the company was successful because they knew if once this drug is brought by the patient will continuously keep coming back. The third important topic is positioning. Positioning is the process of identifying the potential customers and then influencing them to buy your specific product or brand. What did Johnson & Johnson do? They positioned this drug in the list of the most essential drugs. The most essential drugs are those which are used for a long time, which means even at times for an entire lifetime. So this meant that the company would have continuous customers forever. And once this drug was given, the customers were addicted to this that they came again and again. As I told you, that in a state of 4 million people, 18 million prescriptions were given. Thank you.